Welcome. Please come to sit on your mat surface, and that is a useful prop to give you a little stick and a little cushion. Make sure you mix up the way that you cross your legs so that you promote balance, because this is asymmetrical. Give yourself a moment with that foundation. My toes are a little cold, so I'm doing the thing where I try to tuck my feet underneath. It's really good. If you looked, you would know. Just blossom cold. It's okay. We're getting ready to move. It's okay. Tell yourself that in this moment, all is well. There you are, breathing no matter what's going on around, what life is bringing at this moment. You are at a place where you can steady and ground yourself, find your center, find your composure in this repose of yoga where we are stilling the mind. Start with your body, compose your body so that you can relax and have your torso a little bit upright, your shoulders resting on the ribs, hands find where the shoulders can be relaxed. How are you holding your head? Arranging the body, now setting the breath, inhaling through your nose. Seal your lips, exhale. Listen, which ear hears it the most? Add the throat sound as you like, not irritating, not forced, but a gentle aspirant sound. Let your eyes be quiet so you can really focus on sound and breath for another moment. And this allows us to set the mind by asking it to be there with the breathing and with the composure of the body. Let's take it all in for another few moments, adding an element of peace to these elements, these actions. A little softness to the body, gentleness to the breath. Welcoming some quietness and softness in the space between your ears, so that our own true nature may be revealed. We are more than our thoughts. Let your hands find each other and your eyes open. Notice the transformation from that few minutes of practice. And that could be enough practice. Also nice to get our whole bodies involved. Ground, sit tall, breathe in. Oh. Really letting that exhale go and the vibration of sound to be present. Sitting tall, draw your knees together, balance on your sacrum, and bring your toes to the ground in front of you. Use your hands to help your spine and head find length. Breathe 5 times, strong arms. Keep the toes grounded on this one. Really find the tall posture of both toes. Gaze down your nose one more time. And release your feet to the earth. Heart lift pose, bring your hands back. Step your feet hip distance apart. Ground hands and feet. Resettle. I just picked up my whole seat and resettled myself, especially mindful of your shoulders, a little outward spin. Press your hands, gaze down your nose, lift your chin. None of that needs to be huge, just the right amount. And we're opening the front chest and shoulders. Counter that with a small amount of forward roll, just the tiniest bit, so you don't overdo that. One more time. Hard lift pose. Sit yourself back on your mat so that your legs are straight. Cross your right ankle over your left and slide out into a side stretch to the left side. Roll to that side a bit. Reach your arm. Just let that hand reaching connect all the way down to your seat. And then back off just a little bit. The other hand is open, spreading, like your downward dog hand, bearing weight with an open hand. One more time, breathing out. Side bend, always release slowly. Pull that hand back towards you with a little resistance. Find your center. Ankle pumps. Chin tuck. Point your toes, tuck your chin. Dandasana variation, one more breath. Lift your chin. Keep lifting, gaze down your nose a moment. Bring your head to balance and side bend on the other side. Left ankle over, hook the feet, slide your right hand out. Reach your left arm up and over, palm facing downward. Find your down dog hand. I haven't offered a gaze, so just let your eyes fall where they comfortably are. That always works. Down and centered one more time. Slow release. Notice the process, that pulling back with a little resistance to come out. Fold your legs back in. We've got one more. Direction is the twist. Bring up your arms, crossing your left wrist behind your right. Bring together your fingers. So it doesn't have to be perfect. Please make compassionate choices. Elbows bending a bit. Straighten and bend the arms. It's not a very big movement, and that is just fine. Reach up one more time. Use the strength of your torso to turn towards the right side. So the belly needs to relax enough. Next time you breathe out, release your hands and slowly float your arms down into the twist and easy pose. Add a head turn and an eye turn for 1, 2, unforced. Not wanting to cause irritation in the body because that is disturbing to the peacefulness. Slowly come back to center. So feel that coming in and out. It's important. Lean back, switch the cross of your legs. Bring up your arms, so grounded. The right wrist behind, bring the hands together. Explore a little bend and straighten. I'm not squeezing my hands, just enough to hold them together. Turn your torso the other way. Release with awareness your hands and arms down. Gaze back. It's tempting to overdo. Maybe. Know yourself in that way. Twists tend to feel good. Try to subtly find your range of motion and return to center belly, and then the ribs come back. Please make your way to tabletop position. Thinking of cat and cow as one of our core poses because it is. So sometimes I only do 3, but we should probably always do 5. Index fingers forward. It could be done on the forearms or on the fists. There are ways of finding it in your body. Resettle knees and the tops of the feet. Find your foundation. So we want to protect the lower back by engaging the low belly. Close your eyes, meditate on that for a moment. That tone across the front pelvis, the low belly, a little uplift towards the navel, a little stillness. What words, what things help you connect with that part of your body? All right, inhale, try to notice your vertebrae, isolate them. Lift your tail slightly, don't overdo this. Bring your chest and face forward. Tuck your tail and let the rest of your spine curl into flexion. Starting with the tail again, it's just a little tilt forward with the pelvis, strong belly. Notice we're more flexion dominant in our bodies than extension, so we can do the flexion a little bit more motion in the cat. Third one, inhale, pelvis tilts to lift the tail, nose gaze. Gaze moves towards the navel as you round up the spine from the bottom. One more slow cycle of breath, noticing it as a core pose. And finding neutral. Widen your knees just a bit. Tuck your toes, sit towards your heels into puppy. Walk your hands out, but then roll to the pinky side edges of your hands and arms. Bring your head down. That teaches your shoulders how to do the external rotation, the wrap towards the heart. Grounding the brain. Soul stretch, be mindful. Lift your head a bit and use just your forearms to bring your thumbs back to the ground. Inhale to cow spine, the extension. Exhale to downward facing dog, also a core pose. Start with your hands, look at them, refine. Give enough space for your shoulders with your hands distance. Bring your head down now. Wrap shoulders towards the pinky side edge of the hands. Find the uplift in the low belly. And then notice that the whole posterior chain of the body, the back of your body. All of that stretched here. Slow breathing, twice more. Try to just move your breath and nothing else. Lift your head, find your plank and your down dog. Stay in the down dog distance so the hips might be high and that's fine. Press back and forth, open hands. Try to use the whole body, how it comes from the center. One more time, forward and back. To come forward to standing, keep your hips high, the belly uplift, walk until you can't step forward anymore, wherever that is, don't worry about it. Bring your heels down, knees bend, get your hands off the ground, stand with your legs. Slowly reach up and exhale, align your shoulders as you bring your arms down into your sides. Mountain pose, we have a chance to bring mindfulness to the posture, 5 breaths, Tadasana. I already feel a lot of energy increase from the practice so far. Spread feet, sense of balance, ease and free-flowing energy, Tadasana. We make this imprint and bring it with us to all the other poses. And walk mindfully to the top section of your mat. Which foot wants to start first? Maybe start with the other one. And this motion, walking, hiking, running, uses our core muscles, which we strengthen in yoga, everything. Arrive. Surya Namaskara, gratitude for the sun practice. Inhale, exhale, engage and tone in your low belly. That supports the first position, reaching up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Wherever your hands are, let them be there. Head down. Reach through the top of your head in a subtle way, a little forward energy. Inhale, Uttka. Ardha Uttka. Sorry, I'm messing that up. Exhale, go back to Palakasana, plank pose. Giving this 5 breaths, perhaps the knees are down. Same hands as downward dog. Pulling the toes towards the navel. Strong pressing in the hands. Feel your glutes and your thighs. Whole body. Chest back, one more breath. And bring your knees down and untuck your toes. Elbows bend, dip towards the ground and release. Little baby chaturanga. And 5. Upward dog. Straighten your arms and move your pelvis forward a little bit. Gaze down. Slowly on your knees, go back to your downward facing dog. Breathing 5 times. Balancing flexibility here with stability. One more time, breathing out. Inhale to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, there it is. Uttanasana, forward fold, breathe out. Urdhva Hastasana, upward hands. Tadasana, mountain pose. You don't have to know the Sanskrit, but you can let it soak in over time. That's what I did. Inhale, upward, exhale, downward. Inhale, horizon. Exhale, go back. Side plank pose to the right. Maybe your knee is down. Real stability in the shoulder, the whole body. The same resources as plank. Glutes, thighs, belly, back, chest. And it's time for the other side. Hold the earth away calmly. Especially when we just do one set of 5 breaths, make the most of it. Challenge yourself with it. And then it's done. Impermanence. Knees down or not, upward facing dog slowly. Isolating the bones of the spine as you move to the downward dog. Try to make positive patterns. We are repeating. Brain resting upon the breath one more time. Breathe back into the legs, belly, tone. Another way of coming out of this is to bend your knees, look forward, and spring to step forward to half lift. Fold in when you are ready to exhale. Standing up, the legs can stay straight or bend. And bring down your arms, release. One more time, something like that. Inhale. I'll stick to the Surya Namaskara A so we know where we're going. 10 poses, 3 half lift. Exhale, your choice of plank or chaturanga. Inhale, transition to upward dog. Exhale, transition to downward dog for 5. Nice to spread open, resettle the hands. Yoga helps our hands stay strong and open. One more time, breathe out. Your choice of coming forward, bent or straight legs. Maybe a jump if you play with that. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold towards the legs. Inhale, stand. Reach. Exhale, 10, mountain. Exhale, navel center engaged. Dancing through the warriors. Please step back with your left foot to warrior A. Separate your feet a bit from each other. Wide, long stance, a little bit wide. Knee over the ankle. Mindful of your lower back in this one. This is a spinal extension. You start with the hands on the low back to guide your pelvis into the position. Bring up the arms, hands together. Lift the plane of your face. Your expression of these shapes that take care of your body. Nothing is forced. Humble warrior. Bring your back foot in a little notch. Work your hands back, thumbs down, so internal rotation of the shoulders, or catching the arms. Knee over the ankle, loading that front leg here. And you can bring your arms away from your back, really mindful not to force the shoulders. So strong in the legs. One more time. Exhale. Come up, let your front legs straighten whenever at any point there. Draw your hands down your back. Don't overdo the shoulders. Gaze down for a moment. Bend your elbows and release your hands. Warrior B. The torso goes to the side along with the pelvis. Give yourself space to bend your knee and come down low into that lunge. What is low for you? Right down the center line. Add a little head turn. Sensing the back arm with your brain. Finding samas, equal. Reverse warrior, keep the body the same below the waist. Lean back. Maybe bend your elbow or elbows behind you. Check in with your stance. Knee over the ankle is important. Gaze down. 1, 2. Steadiness. We strengthen and stretch the hips, around the hips. And then the last one is the lean and reach out shape, bringing in that back foot a bit to let you go forward. 1, maybe come to the floor if that's where you practice. 2, pull your shoulder back, eyes reach out. 3, 4, 5. Follow that inhale energy. Come on up, work your way back to the front section of your mat. Mountain. Virabhadrasana A. Big step, forward ribs, down the center. Knee over the ankle. Hands together. Notice your rib cage. Gaze down your nose or tilt your face to look up towards your thumbs. So we're looking up, but we feel everything below. Concentrate on your alignment. It's part of the magic of the poses is gives the brain something to do. Humble. Weave your fingers the other way. Bring that back foot in a bit and bow towards the front leg. Bring the arms away from the back to any degree. Got my chest on my front thigh. If you are there, it's okay to rest on your leg. Rest being a relative sort of word in this case. Breathe out once more. That inhale energy, press the front foot, leg can straighten at any point to bring the leg straight, draw the hands down. Elbows bend, release your arms. Warrior B. Side facing spine. Head turn. Scan, make sure everything's all right, and then gently energize. We bring the action into the poses. If you relax your muscles, you just flop. One more time. Reverse. Keep your legs. Go back, gaze down. Bend one or both elbows as an option. No pressure on the neck. Are your feet spreading, grounding? Utthita Parsvakonasana, lean out and reach. Let that back foot come in as needed. Shoulder down. 1. Using the strength of the front body to support your back, especially the lower back. So that focus on the low belly is also a focus on the low back. Breathe out once more. Inhale coming up. Back to mountain pose. Warrior C as a core pose. When we walk, when we run, when we hike, bringing weight into one leg. So there's that shift. Let's just do a lift into the right leg for a moment. Lifting, putting a piece of paper under the left foot, activating the outer hip stabilizers. You might feel that. With try to control bringing your left foot back to the ground and switching sides. Feeling that outer hip stabilizers. Concentration turning on. Bring both feet back to the earth. Feel the samas, the balance with both legs down. So we challenge ourselves. Right leg balance, left leg lifting, Virabhadrasana C. Giving us a lot of thought. It really is a 360-degree stability challenge. So the back toes can touch the floor as needed. The pelvis tilts forward as we bow forward. We did some work with the knee bent to work on knee stability. You could see if your knee wants to be more bent or straight today. Are you breathing? 5 times more breath. Just exploring this idea wherever you'd like to be with that exploration. One more time. See if you can come upright without touching down too soon. And let it be. To the other side. Spread the foot in preparation. Let the toes touch behind. Find yourself in space. Explore the bow forward, that forward tilt in the pelvis. Maybe the knee bends a little bit, or try and bend and straighten a little bit a few times. Okay, 5, 4, 3, wherever your arms help you find this pose today. 4, 5, nice. Come on down with some slowness if you can. Really making the most out of that practice today. Let it be. Right leg back, Parsvottanasana, straight leg stance, forward facing. Come behind your back, catching your opposite arm. Inhale, lift your rib cage. Exhale, fold forward. Gaze towards your big toe or your shin, lengthening out, spreading the feet. Pretty much all of our poses are core poses, including this one. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, release your arms and step to the other side. Forward, back, balance. Try to catch your arms the opposite way, the less natural way. Hold your elbows or your forearms, breathe in. Breathe out, fold out and down. Stopping at any point, check in to have your spine long, your neck long. One more. Inhale, coming up, pressing your feet. Release your arms, exhale. Standing forward fold, let's start with breath of joy. Inhale in 3 parts, 1, 2, all the way in 3. Tilt your pelvis, breathe out, forward fold. Rocking version. Catching the arms gently to bring that touch of your fingers on the outside of your arms connects you to your side body all the way down to the floor. Back body lengthening. Calm energy. Torso, rocking feet, rocking all. Welcome here. Switch just the arms to the other hold and then again. The low belly has the uplift. One more. Be still. Breathe out. Knees bend at the same time. Bring your hands down. Right leg, left leg. Knees down. Untuck the toes. Balasana. Mindfully sit towards the heels and drape your arms beside you. Chin down. One more time. Breathing out deeply. Rising up. Cow spine, core pose. Cat spine, core pose. Neutral. Bring your knees wide for the wide child's pose with rotation. You could also stay in center if you prefer. I find I need to lift my hips up a little bit here to make space to twist, to do the threading needle shape. Make sure you are mindful to come to your head above your ear, keeping your neck long. Find your stability here. We're creating a twist in a downward facing position, causing no harm. Ahimsa. The philosophy moving along with us during the practice. We are here to quiet our minds, to still our consciousness. Rest into your body and your breath. Follow an inhalation. Slowly reverse, opening a mid-back rotation towards the other side. for 2, 3, 4. The low belly stays toned. And 5. Bring your hand down, spreading to the earth. Other side, if you need to resettle your knees, you can do the reach out. We didn't do it the other side, but coming in. Your hips can be more over your knees or over your heels, feeling free to find that as well as the spinal twist. Super mindful here. This can be very effective, but we also need to keep the alignment. Long neck as we rotate. Inhale as you're ready, coming up. Spread your hand. You can make a little refinement in that balancing hand on the earth as needed, that down dog hand. 2, 3, 4. Maybe releasing a little tension in the front body here before a slow release. Bring your knees closer together. Tuck your toes, lion's breath, walking your hands out to the sides, stopping at any point. Just lightly stepping. And then an inhale, open mouth, exhale, make some noise, use your whole body. Inhale, reverse the spin on the hands. Cross your ankles and bring yourself to seated. Bringing the backs of the hands together, lift up the midline to stretch them a bit the other way. Bring the palms together and lower into the center of the chest. Checking in with yourself. Part of us is a heart full of tender feelings. Part of us is a busy brain. All part of us. Let's do a little pranayama, sitting mindfully back to easy pose that works for your body. And bringing your hands out so your shoulders are relaxed and not pulling forward. Connecting your thumbs and your index fingers, if you'd like, in the gesture of non-separateness. Representing our individual self connected with a universal self. Then breathing in deeply through your nose. Try to really empty on your exhales 5 times. Not force, but lengthening exhales. Eyes restful, soft and downward and centered, opened or closed. Lightly tucking your chin. Breathing up to the throat and down to the navel. One more time, breathing up to your throat. This time down to the navel and the pelvic floor. Feel how they are connected to each other. And release once that is complete. Bring yourself out of that shape and let's do one more boat pose. This one has, over time, really developed an ease of being able to sit up from the back of the body. So it's worth staying with it. Well, lean back, balance. long, tall torso and shoulders aligned is the most important thing here. So keeping your knees bent, keep your hands present. Stay with the knees bent. Maybe the hands can come away. Just one set of 5. Sit tall. Feel how it strengthens a lot of your front body. Don't strain, but work on developing over time. One more time. Bring your feet down to the ground. Malasana pose. Coming with your feet. Bring them in as close as they'll come. Widen your knees so that you can bring your chest forward, lengthening across your seat and your low back. If you want to switch your arms in front of your legs instead, bringing the hands together. Calmness of forward folding. Low back breathing. Feel that strength of the low back as you breathe there. One more time. Lots of energy lines running through that area as well. Come up slowly. Bring your knees together. Coming to the back of your body with your legs straight. Will build up your core strength as well. So we've been practicing this over time. Just lie down, legs straight, tuck your chin, feel the whole body activate, and then give yourself a moment to stretch your front body out, point your toes, reach your arms, a little arch of the spine. Feel the movement of the rib cage. This is a core pose. As you ground down into your belly on the exhales, one more time. Exhale, the rib cage comes down and centered, squeezing out the breath down in the low belly. Keep that as you bring your arms down beside you. Center your head and bring your feet to the ground for bridge pose. Centering your spine, finding space for your low back. Close your eyes. The gaze either between the eyebrows or down and centered. Try steady the eyes. Grounding, feeling the energy of the body, breathing into this shape, and now adding the pelvic floor awareness, breathing in, breathing out, the navel sinks, the pelvic floor draws up and in, gathering into the middle of the root of the body. Breathing in, relax. Breathing out, draw in, subtle. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, draw in. Keep it drawn lightly in as you lift slowly up to bridge pose. The arches of the feet, the inseams of the legs connect to the pelvic floor muscles. They support our ability to breathe well. Part of our subtle core. One more time. Try to keep that tone, even if it's just a concept at this point. It's okay. This develops over time. Come all the way down and then relax your pelvic floor and just give it a little wiggle if you'd like. Move around, let go. We'll do one more of those, really giving it lots of concentration. Find your feet into that stance that feels powerful and grounded, a little wide, feet spreading close to the body. Inhale Exhale, Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha. Lifting up slowly. 1, 2. Eyes closed to help with that meditation on the subtle core. 4, 5, coming down slowly, your spine, the vertebrae, individuals. Feel the low back lift a little bit and the pelvic floor relax. Windshield wipers, letting go of any holding as you move your hips side to side. Palms can face upward, head can roll side to side as well. Going slowly, coming back to the right, finding an interesting spot with this turn of the spine and opening of the front body, and relax for 5 cycles of breath. You can bring a hand the same side as your knees to your torso if you like. Feel your breath. One more time. Mindfulness. Return your spine and pelvis to center, feet, and then the other way. Legs lead the way, going to the sides of the feet. Spill all the way over into your range of motion. Resettle anything that needs it. Roll towards the other side of your head. Bend the left elbow so the hand can rest on the torso. Easing your head back to center, your spine, your legs. Pick up, resettle. Figure 4 pose with awareness. Do both sides. By meeting your body where it is, the nervous system registers that compassionate ease, building trust and connection with your own body. Changing to the other side always with mindfulness. Know your patterns, know your body. Come in and meet your body right in the place where it needs to be, where it's not forced, it's not holding back. And letting that feel complete, releasing. Bringing your knees and your arms up into the air, your legs and your arms up into the air. Doing a little opposite movement where your right foot goes towards the floor and your left arm. Try to keep the other limbs where they are. 1, 2, 3. Feel your center. 4, 5. Back everything up into the air and the other way. The left leg towards the ground, the right arm towards the ground. 1, 2, 3, 5. Release back up, knees to chest. Stretching out your legs as you're ready. Giving yourself any support that you need for resting pose, any covering or cushioning. Taking a little time to release the efforts of holding the body and engaging. Now we invite it all to let go. Relaxing the muscles so that the energy of the body can flow freely. Sometimes here, it's a curious place. Sometimes the heart will release some feelings. Sometimes the eyes will leak down onto the ears. You might not even know why. Yoga meets us as complete beings. The release can be physical, emotional, mental, inviting release. Relax and enjoy your breathing. Observing which side of your nose feels more open. Rolling towards that side to come out of resting pose. Spinning several cycles of breath. Bringing a little more openness to that less open side of the nose. If you'd like, you can continue rolling to that side to sit up, or sitting up from the back of your body if you prefer. Circling back. My feet are warmer. Check in with yourself in that way. So we get to have our personality here, our own way of looking at the world. Balancing our nervous systems with some calm energy. And let's come into that hands in loose fists stacked at the center, symbolizing those reserves of calm energy. Bring your hands together. Feel them coming to pranamasana, lifting the elbows a bit, breathing in deeply. Om. Peace, 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 and gratitude. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Move forward with mindfulness. This prepares us for meditation. If you'd like to spend a few more minutes, you're welcome, Joanne. Be thinking of you today.